Hey, I'm Matt, and oh, I don't feel very well. I'm driving home, and for those of you that don't know, the University of Oklahoma is playing Alabama in the Orange Bowl, and I need something to drink. And there is a group on Facebook called the College Football Trash Talk Nation. Dude, you're going the wrong way. And, I'm all for talking trash. Oh, warning. This is not the video to watch if you do not like trash talk, if you are easily offended, if you are butthurt, that type of stuff. There will be mature themes discussed. And so this is your warning. There will be mature themes discussed and sexual themes discussed in this video. So this is your warning. There were some people who posted, which, I'm all for talking trash. Trash talk is fun. 7 years in the Marine Corps and, being in a locker room with football and wrestling, church basketball, we didn't really have a locker room. But, just being in a locker room, it's that you talk trash. In sports, it's what you do. In the military, it's what you do. You talk trash. It's what you do. But Alabama fans, one of them posted a picture of the Murrah Federal Building bombing, which those of you who don't know might get the exact date wrong. I believe it was, now I'm not even going to try, 94, 95, around there. 94, 95, April. And it was the biggest act of domestic terrorist in the history of the United States. There's a federal building in downtown Oklahoma City, which I'm not far from now. I was not far from during when the bombing happened. I was in school. I was in middle school at Hefner Middle School. And we heard, the doors and windows shook, and we heard a loud boom. And it was in downtown Oklahoma City. I drive past downtown Oklahoma City every single day on my way to and from work. And he posted a picture of the Murrah Federal Building bombing, and made a meme out of it. And actually, didn't even make a meme. He just posted the picture, wrote on it, and said, "This won't be the first time Oklahoma's been blown out." Not that creative, not that creative. And I wouldn't expect Alabama fans to have the level of intellect to understand that they've only beat the University of Oklahoma one time. I wouldn't understand, because they can't, they can't even remember their wife/girlfriend/sister's name, So I wouldn't expect them to understand that, that they've never blown out the University of Oklahoma. And I honestly believe that the University of Oklahoma will win that game. Okay? The guy was trying to be creative. I'll give him that. Okay. Trying to be creative. Okay. And then this other person strictly just posted and said, God, the Sooners suck. I hope what happens to them, or I hope what happened to Marshall happens to them. If you don't know, the University of Marshall football team all died in a plane crash. It's been immortalized in a movie called We Are Marshall. And I'm willing to bet that that is the only reason anyone in Alabama knows about it, is because it was in a movie. Okay? Because I know they can't read in Alabama. You know, that the speak to talk, or the talk to text technology has gotten really good. So Alabama, I'm glad you are finally able to get on the internet with that talk to text feature. Okay? So, yeah, that one, I mean, seriously, you're not attacking the state, you're not attacking the fan base. You are an adult wishing that 18, 19, and 21-year-old kids would die. Really? You want kids. And when I call them kids, it's not because of their race or anything like that. It's strictly because I am 37 years old. I have a son their age. Okay, I have a son their age. I have an 18-year-old son. I have a son their age. That's why I refer to them as kids. But you are wishing for kids to die. Seriously? And I tried to join the College Football Trash Talk Nation. You have to say what team you're for. You know, what team you root for. I put the University of Oklahoma. And then you have to say if you report post. And I put snitches get stitches. Okay? And then you have to tell if your butt hurt. You know, and I said I would like to introduce you to my Lord and Savior talking shit. You know? So I got denied because I was an OU fan, and then someone who's an OU fan that was already part of the group posted a thing on there saying that they're tired of, in this group, the rule is anything goes, nothing is too far. If you talk shit, be willing to take shit. Okay. The guy who posted the Murrah Federal Building meme was butthurt because people were talking shit back to him. And he was butthurt, so they were not allowing OU fans onto the site. Really? So, I can't talk crap on that site, so I'm going to talk crap on YouTube. Okay? Oh, excuse me. So, here it is. What do they call an orgy in Alabama? A family reunion. Yep. An orgy in Alabama is called a family reunion. Did you know that in Alabama, they don't have family trees. They have a family branch. Yep, just straight. Also, and I'm also going to compare Oklahoma and Alabama. Alright? So, Alabama. Let's talk about what each state has been invented in each state. Oklahoma. Okay. The electric guitar was invented in Oklahoma. Let's see. The parking meter was invented in Oklahoma. Yeah, people say, well, Oklahoma, it's all spread out, nothing but farmland. Yet the parking meter was invented in Oklahoma, which is used in major cities like Dallas, New York, LA. Yes, the parking meter was invented in Oklahoma. The electric guitar. Can you imagine what music would be today without the electric guitar? Okay, let's see. The electric guitar. The shopping cart Or as my friends across the pond, Pete, would call it, a trolley. That was invented in Oklahoma. What else? Let's see. People from Oklahoma. See, Brad Pitt was born in Oklahoma. Yep. Chuck Norris, born in Oklahoma. Yep. The baddest man on the face of the planet, Chuck freaking Norris. The person who Superman wears Chuck Norris pajamas, from Oklahoma. Yep, the baddest man on the face of the planet is from Oklahoma. Now let's go by Alabama. Let's see. Alabama, the state that invented racism and incest. Okay, yep, racism and incest. Let's see, I don't even know who was born in Oklahoma, but the single most famous person in Oklahoma, or the single most famous person from Alabama, isn't even a real person. Forrest Gump, who subsequently is the smartest person in Alabama, So, yeah, Forrest Gump is the smartest and the single most famous person who's not even real is from Alabama. I think it's starting to snow. No, that's freezing ice. Okay. Let's see. Ancestry.com is the #1 dating site in Alabama. Oh gosh, I shared a whole bunch of these on Facebook. What else? What do you call a married couple in Alabama? Brother and sister. Also, I had gotten onto Amazon, and I just typed in Alabama jersey. Of course, the first thing that pops up is just a ladies' Alabama shirt. And I went down. It's a gray V-neck, long sleeve, ladies' Alabama shirt. And I went down and wrote a review for it. It's under Angela French because I never had an Amazon Prime account. Angela did, so I'm just on hers. And when we got married, she had an Amazon account, and I never did. But it's under Angela French, and it says, oh, and mind you, it had to be reviewed. It had to be reviewed and accepted to be, for them to post it. And it says, ladies, this is the perfect shirt to wear when your brother finally gets up the guts to propose to you, even though you already have 2 kids together. Roll Tide. That's what that review says. Let's see, what else? Also, Oklahoma, the state where the people built everything with their own 2 hands. The people of Oklahoma built every single building in Oklahoma. Okay? We worked the land in Oklahoma. Slavery was never legal in Oklahoma. We didn't want slavery in Oklahoma. We worked the land. We ourselves worked the land. We made Oklahoma. Alabama, slavery built everything in Alabama. Slaves worked the land. Slave labor, slaves built your buildings. Okay? In Oklahoma, the sweat of our brow and our own 2 hands built this state. Alabama, the slave trade and the crack of a whip built your state. So, yep. I mean, seriously. Alabama, come on. And I'm not talking to every single Alabama fan. Okay? there are good ones out there, just like there are bad OU fans. But seriously, just when I was giving y'all props after my video from last year where the Alabama football player tried to punch one of the coaches and was sent back into the game. Alabama football players were punching the Georgia players, hitting them after the whistle, slapping them in the helmet when they're getting up over a tackle. And I said that Alabama was classless. Also, the last time the University of Oklahoma and Alabama played, the Sugar Bowl, which OU won, and Alabama fans were sitting there talking about how they got ripped off because they should have been in the national championship. Yes, yet the University of Oklahoma rolled that tide. Yep, Oklahoma rolled that tide. Excuse me. And an Alabama fan, I mean, I still feel sorry for that guy having to pull his his wife, off of those University of Oklahoma students, kids. That lady jumped over people, was swinging and punching and kicking, went after them, and they didn't lay a hand on her. They were pulling the guy's back she was swinging on, and she was swinging. Never laid a single finger on her. Never once tried to hit her. They were trying to get out of the way of her hits. Matter of fact, when she was hitting, they were turning their backs to protect themselves. And she went down to attack them. And I mean, and I said that in my experience with Alabama fans, they are classless, they are trash. And I'm starting to feel that way again. There were several Alabama fans that came on and started saying, hey, look, not all of us are like that. But then then Alabama fans post stuff, and yes, OU fans, there are some bad ones. And there are some good Alabama fans, I will give you that. But your state was built on slavery. Okay? Your state was built on slavery. Your state was built on slavery, and the University of Oklahoma was one of the first big-time programs to have a black player on it in Prentice Scott. I bet you couldn't even name the first black player for the University of Oklahoma. Prentice Scott was the first black player at the University of Oklahoma. Can you name that? I mean, you can't name the first black player at your university because it happened, 20 years ago? And Prentice Scott happened, good Lord, it was when Bud Wilkerson was there. So, I mean, this was years ago. I want to say the 30s or 40s. Alabama, what were y'all doing in the 30s and 40s? Oh yeah, y'all were unleashing dogs on black kids. Y'all were unleashing dogs on black kids. Yep. Y'all were beating black kids who just wanted to eat in a diner in Alabama. So, yeah. Alabama, the state that invented racism and incest. So, yeah. You know, the First Amendment is a funny thing. So if you get butthurt, oh well. It's called trash talk. I'm not wishing anyone to be dead. Okay? I'm not wishing anyone to be dead. I'm not making light of the biggest domestic act of terrorism where many people died. Still to this day, I know people who cannot drive past downtown without having a panic attack. Okay? Kids died in that. And there are still people to this day who cannot step foot anywhere near downtown Oklahoma City, without having a panic attack. Yeah, you are making light of that. I know it's just a select few, but also you're saying that you want the kids the kids who play football at the University of Oklahoma to die. Why? Because it's a football game? It's a football game. Alabama fans, I don't know if you know this, but half the people that play every single game lose. Did y'all forget that? It is a game. It is a game. A game. Am I a diehard OU fan? Yes, I am. Does it upset me when they lose? Yes, it does. But do I have more important things in life? Like a family, kids, a job, bills, a roof to put over my family's head? Yes, I do. Okay? And I'm an Oklahoma fan. The program that has the longest winning streak in college football history. Okay? The longest winning streak in college football history. University of Oklahoma. The University of Oklahoma. The only program to have four head coaches with over 100 wins each. The only program in the nation to have 4 head coaches with over 100 wins each. Okay? Benny Owens, Bud Wilkerson, Barry Switzer, Bob Stoops. Okay? I mean, come on. We are used to winning at the University of Oklahoma. I know, Alabama fans, y'all are sick and tired of going home, seeing your sister, your sister every day after work, working at the McDonald's, and going home to see your sister and your kids and / niece and nephew. I know you're tired of going home to that every day, and the only thing you have to look forward to is football. I know, that's hard. That's hard. Okay? That's hard. And I mean, come on. Wishing kids to die because of a football game? Seriously. And then if your team loses, you try to fight kids. As an adult, you try to fight kids. College students. I mean, seriously. Yes, I understand kids today are stupid. Doesn't mean you can go around kicking them in the face. Alabama fan. I mean, seriously. Seriously. Golly. But what else should you expect from the state that invented racism and incest? I mean, come on. All right. Well, I've made fun of Alabama fans long enough. So, yeah. But hey, trash talk is part of the game. Trash talk is part of the game. Feel free to talk trash. Okay, feel free to talk trash. Feel free. Okay, I will engage in trash talk back. If we can keep it civil. Okay? I mean, the trash talk is part of football. It's part of sports. That's part of it. Okay? And no, if you talk trash, you're going to get trash talk back. It's all fun and games. Okay? It is all fun and games. But when you start wishing people to die, seriously? I mean, come on. Get a life. So, yeah. Feel free to comment below. Alright? Feel free to comment below.